Here are the items you will need. 4 building blocks, 5 slabs, 2 transportation carts, a curse of holding 1 item, and the purification weapon you should use is the golden battle axe from the Spartan weaponry mod for 2 reasons. The two-handed debuff will lower your attack damage by 25%, and if you use the gold one, you'll get the golden osmosis perk, which is basically an upgraded form of mending, but for gold weapons. So the golden battle axe is your best choice. And you should also reforge it to broken for an additional minus 15% attack damage. As for purification, you should try to get the highest level you can. And the weapon you want to give the zombie, ideally, would be the Flame Dragonbone Battle Axe. However, any weapon works fine, you just want to increase how fast the zombie can kill the villager. A Flame Dragonbone Battle Axe is the highest base attack damage weapon that is easily obtainable besides the sentient weapons, which you can give the zombie to make it one-shot the villager, increasing how fast you can reroll. Before we start building, it's very important you are aware of this weird bug. If a cart is placed on a chunk border like this, and there's an entity inside the cart, if you unload these chunks and then reload them, the cart and the entity can disappear. You can tell if you're on a chunk border by checking the chunk relative here. As you can see, it says 15 and then 0. If it does a drastic change like that, you know it's a chunk border. Don't build your rerollers on chunk borders. As for the actual build, first you want to build up 2 building blocks. Place a top slab here, here, and here. Then place a bottom slab on top of one of these middle slabs. Then we're going to want to place 2 building blocks below these 2 side slabs and get our remaining building blocks back. Then we want to make a little 3x3 right here. Place our blocks here and here, so that then there's an empty 3x3 area right here. This gives us the perfect distance to reroll our villager, since the zombie will be able to hit our villager when we move forward, and then when we move back, we can take the zombie villager out so that then we can hit it. It's important that these are not a full block so that then our villager doesn't suffocate when we go in here, since we want the zombie to be the one killing our villager so that then it can turn into a zombie villager, which we can then purify. If it dies of suffocation damage, it obviously won't turn into the zombie villager we want. It also serves a double purpose, since if the villager's head is inside the block, its line of sight is blocked by the block and it cannot detect us, as demonstrated with this zombie right here, which will prevent us from being shot by things like ghastly infernals. Let's do a quick demonstration of how to reroll. First thing we're going to do is remove any items or baubles or anything really that would overall increase our damage, such as the silver armor set removing the weakness from Curse of Holding, or the strength rings obviously giving us strength, increasing our damage. Then, once we've done that, we're going to hold the Curse of Holding 1 item in our main hand, and Purification Weapon in our offhand. If you don't have Curse of Holding, you could use the alternative of Bluntness. Bluntness is an enchantment that reduces the attack damage of an item, so you could use that instead of Curse of Holding. However, Bluntness is a much rarer enchant to find than Curse of Holding. You will often find Curse of Holding on random dungeon drops. Once we've done all that, we can start rerolling our villager by first pressing the keybind for the cart, which is by default the letter J on your keyboard. This will lock the cart into us, so now we can just simply walk forward, the zombie will be able to hit the villager, and since we gave the zombie the Flame Dragonbone Battle Axe, it will one-shot the villager, instantly turning it into a zombie villager, which then we can purify by simply just spamming the attack button on it. And now we have a new villager. Villagers do not change their coat colors when they are purified or turn into zombies. So, if you get a librarian, it will always be a white coat, meaning you could get a cartographer or a librarian when you purify it. And we can do this an infinite number of times to get every single enchantment in the game. So yeah, you can see why this is pretty busted, right? If you want to see more of these quick tutorials, do all the things. You know the thing, I don't really know how to do an outro anymore. They're like, kind of lame, like, do the thing. You know the things.